Well, I'm being joined now by our correspondent, Femi Akonde, and he's reporting live from Katsina. Good to have you on the news at this time. So, Femi, tell us more about what you observed about the conduct of the elections in the location where you're reporting.
Yes, I must say it's been largely peaceful here in Katsina State, apart from the incident at Safana local government, where they say that is an isolated incident where hoodlums attacked a voting area, snatched the biomodal voters accreditation system. But security agencies were able to act promptly and retrieve these device that was snatched by hoodlums. And there was a general concern here in Katsina State. You know, the state has had security issues, especially with bandit attacks in rural communities. People were concerned that people in all of these communities that have been sacked by bandits may not be able to return there to cast their vote, because most of their polling units are situated in their communities. But you know, the security here in Katsina State have been able to do a good job. They have been able to secure these communities and allow people to return there to cast their vote. So generally, a lot of people came out to cast their ballot. You know, Katsina State with about 3.5 million registered voters. That is, it has the 5th largest number of registered voters in Nigeria and the 3rd largest number of registered voters in the northwest part of the country. So even if you look at the number of PVCs collected, it has a 98% rate of PVC collected. Goes to show the enthusiasm and political awareness of people here in Katsina State. We saw them display that when they came out to cast their vote under the sun. If you at some polling units, there were as much as 500 people, in some close to 1,000 people waited patiently. And you know, the security agents and even those at the polling unit didn't have too much on their plates because the voters were cooperative, stayed on the queue, cooperated, went according to the complied with the laid down plan, ground plan laid down by the electoral officers. So it was a smooth process here in Katsina State. Voting ended. That critical period of counting and sorting started. The people were still very calm, and then at various polling units, results were announced before it's moved to the registration areas and the local governments. And so far, it's been very peaceful here in Katsina State, Abasede.
Well, actually, it's Esther, Femi, but let me quickly ask you this. Have there been any reports of voter suppression or any form of electoral malpractice apart from what you just mentioned earlier?
Well, in some of the polling units, we saw a deployment of members of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the Independent Corrupt Practice Commission. You know, we saw all them moving all around, going around to see if they can identify any case of vote buying, voter suppression in any way. But you know, we have not had any of these incidents reported yet. Even the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and all of these agencies are yet to tell the press or the media if indeed they have been able to record any of these incidents. But also, you know, that the cash crunch is still biting hard across the country. So there's no money in circulation. And that is why it appears as if there's a reduction in incidents of vote buying and or some form of electoral practice this time around, Ambassador.
All right, Femi Akonde, live for us from Katsina. Thanks you so much for all the updates.